Kyle from Magpie 24/7. I hope you're all good. The unbeaten run continues. Newcastle 2, Brighton 1 in. I'm not going to lie to you, like, in one of probably the most scrappy games I've seen this season. In one of the games where Newcastle probably played very average, but they managed to pick up the 3 points against a very good team. I went into the game thinking, you know what it is, like it's the longest unbeaten run that we've went on since Alan Pardew dragged with a fifth with all the superstars that we had back in 2012. And I was thinking it has to end at some point because even under under Raf Benitez and even when we went on the odd run under Bruce, it felt like it doesn't matter who we're gonna face, we're just gonna run out of steam. And like I felt like that, yeah, I felt like that like on Saturday when we played Brighton. I thought, you know what Brighton don't concede at St James's, and like I just didn't expect it to continue. But like even though we got played off the park for the first like 20 minutes, we're 2-0 up. I don't know how, but it's an amazing, like, the first goal's an amazing ball by Chris Wood. And, like, honestly, I think he's so underrated in this team. Like, even though he hasn't scored any goals, he's having, like, an Olivier Giroud level impact on the team when he played for France in the World Cup. Didn't score any goals, but they won the fucking tournament. Do you know what I mean? Like, he plays a brilliant ball into Jacob Murphy, and poor bloke, he's the most unlucky bloke on the planet. I think he's hit the post in his last 4 games. Like, him and the post are a better duo than Colossus and Dreamboat at the back. But he hits the post, it falls to Ryan Fraser, and Fraser buries it. He's been bloody excellent past couple of games as Fraser. It's just a resurgence and he's came to life. It's very much the player we thought was signed a couple of years ago, and obviously he fell under the bus under Steve Bruce, like many a player did. And yeah, he's just came into his own and he's really performing to a high level. He's keeping Miggy out the team. He's keeping good players out and he's performing to a very high level and he's working his absolute fucking arse off in the team, closing players down, making himself known, putting himself about, and he got an assist as well. He assisted Cher's second goal. So Fraser's been absolutely on it. I think he's got 5 goal contributions in 5 games. He's been absolutely amazing. I cannot praise him enough. He's been outstanding, and long may it continue because he's been influential in Newcastle's form, that's for sure. Um, but I didn't think it was going to continue. Like the run of form. I thought we are just going to kind of have a little hiccup along the way and then try and pick up the next couple of games. But we'll pick up a scrappy win. Um, a very solid win against a good Brighton team who. I see a lot of people saying that they dominated possession and stuff. I don't think they did. Like, I don't. Like, they had the ball a lot, yeah. But to quote Jose Mourinho, "You take the ball, we'll take the points." Like they had a lot of possession in their own half. They were good on the ball, but I think our game plan was to sit off them at the right times, press them at the right times, and win the ball off them because they were clumsy in parts. And we won the ball off them due to that and countered and played really well with that. But what impressed me most, right, was the defense. This season, defensively in some games, we've been absolutely shocking. You look at some games where the defending has been absolutely atrocious, and then Dan Burn comes in, Matty Target comes in, and Kieran Trippier obviously came in, but he got injured. And like I think even his presence in and around the dressing room, like there's just something different about the defense. There's a standard now. There didn't used to be because you had a bunch of players that were comfortable every week because Ashley didn't buy any players. But now there's a standard. Now there's like if you don't play, you're gonna get fucking dropped, or we're gonna buy a new player in the summer. Like there's that pressure now, and that's good to see. Dan Burn, fucking amazing man. Blythe Benucci, Colossus, absolutely. I love him, mate. He's so comfortable in possession. He's brilliant in the air. He knows how to read a game excellently. Like, he's just a fucking really good defender, and we haven't had one for a while that can play in a back four comfortably and play like a certain way. Like with Lascelles, you get the ball, he throws it into Rose's head or whatever. Clark fouls out with his own fucking feet. Like the standard he's came in and set has been nothing short of absolutely brilliant. 13 million, cheers Brighton. Like we've took Dan Burn, we've took Dan Ashworth, and we've took 3 points as well. Fantastic. Like it's it's nice. It's nice to see we're on a good run, but I think Saturday really showed the character of the team because we weren't playing well. There wasn't many moments in the game. Brighton had a lot of the ball. Last 10 minutes, especially in the second half, were under the cosh a little bit, and like just to grind out a result. It's nice to see because we used to do that a lot under Benitez, like where we would defend really well, would hit them on the break, and they'd show a good togetherness and a good fighting spirit and hard to beat attitude, and they wouldn't be able to break us down. That it was very reminiscent of that, but we played good bits of attacking football in patches. So I think Eddie Howe's really got this team behind him, and he's got the fans behind him, and he took over with 6 points from safety, and now we're like 7 points above safety, and we're on an unbeaten run of 8. We're doing fantastic right now, and it's kudos to him because people are saying we've bought our way out. I mean, if you claim buying Chris Wood, Dan Burn from teams in the bottom half of the table is buying your way out of the league, then nay bother. But to me, where Eddie Howe has done his best is with the players that were already here. The ones that weren't good enough for Steve Bruce, and Steve Bruce kind of didn't play or whatever. Those type of players, your Joe Lintons and your Ryan Frasers and Fabian Schär and even Emil Kraft had an alright game. Like players are players that were at the club under Steve Bruce. A lot of them are playing brilliantly. I mean, look at John Joe Shelby. Like he didn't have his greatest game at the weekend, and he's apologised for it for some reason, but he still grafted his arse off and he still played really, really well defensively and held a good defensive shape. Like, these players are standing up. Like, after Cambridge, when we got beat off Cambridge, I said there was a lot of players that didn't have the mentality to play for the club. A lot of them have stood up since then, which is fantastic, and it's got to keep going. Like, for a grind out result like that against a good team like Brighton, for me, is as good as the win against Brentford when we played them off the park. Because you're not gonna play champagne football every week. Like there is gonna be games where it's gonna be difficult, and to grind out results like that is really good. Like obviously we've got a couple of away games coming up, and it is going to be difficult to hold on to that unbeaten run. But we've put ourselves in a position where we're in a very good position looking up instead of looking behind like we usually have done in the past. So it's good to see. Long may it continue. I'm all for it. Let us know what you thought of the game. My man of the match, I think I'm gonna have to go with two man of the matches. Dan Burn, Ryan Fraser, absolutely brilliant all game. Big man, little man combination. Colossus and the wee Scotsman. Aye, Colossus and the wee Scotsman. Absolutely fantastic. They became a part of the spine of a team which is doing really well. All for it. But let us know what you think, who your man of the match was, how long can we keep this run going on. A nice positive video, it's nice to have on this glorious Monday morning before I start work. But I love yous and leave yous for now. Catch yous on the next Magpie 24/7 video. And yeah, see yous later everyone. Ta-da, bye for now.